The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. To the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play here for Buffalo. 58 yards. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in the play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Going up top. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Allen now on first down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Tua. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, you know me. Whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Tua sets up to pass it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Tua on 4th down. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. On 1st down, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the 1st half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Tua going to throw. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Bass is good, and that will knot us up at 10. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 27, Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bills. Tommy Sweeney, 32 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
In motion, Hill. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And my goodness, another interception. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. Now they send a man in motion right. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
2nd down and goal. Allen. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And the tight end goes in motion left. Allen now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
In motion, Hill. Looking to pass. Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. This offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Bass on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
The score, Bills 31, Dolphins 10.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And now here is another. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Yellow, go. Long red.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. So Allen's going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, a run with Mostert. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On the set. Fight, 60.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hop. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game assaulted.
Touchdown, Dolphins! Mike Gesicki, 26 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Red, yellow. Ready.
2 to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.